Hello, 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 and welcome to the first ever Mutt Hutts shop tour. So I wanted a video of a shop tour, but really this video is for me because I wanted, more than anything, is to have this video in a few years to see how this space grows and changes. So as usual, the shop is kind of a mess, but I'm working on that. So what you'll see here is probably a good bit of sawdust, spider webs, the occasional snake, or at least snake skin. So let's see what we got. So here is the front of the shop and pretty much where all the work gets done. This is my miter saw station. I have some cabinets that I built which hold pretty much a bunch of junk. Cabinet in progress, that is where I throw all my clamps, screws, and other fasteners that I rarely use, not to be confused with the screws that I normally use. A drawer for most of my router bits, some dowel jigs, and my Craig jig. I have T-track and the stop block installed on my miter station, which has honestly saved me a ton of time already over the years. I like to keep this sign from one of my nephews who was visiting. He wrote this, I'm not sure which one, but that allows me to plead ignorance when it comes to picking a favorite. And then there is French cleat wall, not used to its fullest extent just yet, but good in theory. Now on the right side of my miter station are some more half-built cabinets, good for throwing some stuff in. Right now I have all of my cedar offcuts in this top cabinet, spider webs, and the rags on the bottom, some miscellaneous jigs and tools that I use less often over here. I have my new Grizzly bench top drill press. It's come in handy plenty already, obviously for small jobs for the most part, but it does great for what it is. The back corner of the shop I try to avoid for the most part. It's a little dingier back here. If we turn back towards the front, you can see my main layout and outfeed table. That's where I do pretty much 90 to 95% of assembly, construction, sanding, finishing, everything pretty much happens on this side of the table, and you can probably tell based on how the corner of this table looks. On the other side of the front of the shop here, I have a big scrap cart. I say cart, it does have wheels, it never moves. But that brings us to my table saw, which I love. This thing is a monster. I'm pretty sure that this brand doesn't exist anymore. In fact, I know it doesn't, but I would highly recommend it if you could ever find a machine like this. Super precise, super accurate, and super powerful. Just to the right and under my table saw, I have a little cabinet. Keep a couple of jigs down here in the least organized way that you could imagine. Inside the cabinet, a couple extra blades, dado stack, push sticks, stuff like that. And just to the right of my table saw is another monster machine which shares an outlet, and that's my planer. This planer, I believe, is a jet from 25 years ago, if I had to guess, but still works like a charm, does everything I need it to, and makes a mess. Backing up a little bit to the right of the planer is my jointer. I rarely use this. If I'm being honest, this is probably first on the list to replace in the future. Behind the planer is another dark, dingy corner that I don't go in for the most part. I would love to use it more efficiently, but not quite there yet. My newest addition to the shop is my Grizzly dust collector, wall mounted. I have it as centrally located as I possibly can. I don't have ductwork for it yet. I have to install that here pretty soon. And finally, my last big tool here, a collection of tools. This is my X-Carve CNC machine. I'm equipped with a Makita router. Does a great job. Everything I needed to do. Can't ask for much more of this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's where we're at. While I'm here, I figured I might as well also go over some of the tools that I'm using currently and some of my favorite woodworking tools overall. So obviously I have drill and driver set. I am a Makita guy. I'm the drill and driver. I say that for now. I've had these probably 10 years, and if you look close, it's actually kind of faded away, but these were refurbished when I got them 10 years ago. Yeah, the sticker's completely gone. So I do love Makita. Have a little bit of sentimental value as my first real drill and driver set. When it comes time to replace them, we'll see. We'll see if I stick with them. For pretty much everything else that I've bought in the last 6 or 8 years, it just so happens to be DeWalt for the most part. Probably because you get to a point where you just have the batteries and it becomes the easiest thing. So I have my DeWalt palm router, less of a palm router with this giant battery on it, multi-tool. and another drill, a little bit heavier duty DeWalt. I have my miter saw, that's DeWalt. I have another plunge router, that's DeWalt. I think that's it. I have four routers total. This one, plunge router, the one on the router table is a Ryobi, and the one on my CNC is Makita. So can't get enough routers in this shop. So my favorite woodworking tool by far in this shop is my palm router. Do just about anything with this. My favorite thing to do with it is to cut shapes, use my template bits and my flush trim bits and get some really unique shapes. But they make so many bits. It's really probably the most versatile tool. And yeah, definitely the MVP of the Mutt Hutts shop.